I don't do anything that I cannot sustain. Alam mo, may isip akong negosyante. It has to be self-sustaining, otherwise it doesn't work. If there's one guy that goes to the numbers in detail, it's me.
Sabi nyo, libo-libong pasyente yung natutulungan nitong zero balance billing program nyo dahil nakaka-avail sila ng mga libreng serbisyo sa mga government hospital. But I'd like to know, masussustain ba natin ito?
Yes. I don't do anything that I cannot sustain. Alam mo, may isip akong negosyante. It has to be self-sustaining, otherwise it doesn't work.
So kaya ng budget natin?
Ano magagawin? Kasi aasa ang tao, they'll come to depend on a service. And then after 5 years, 10 years, whatever, you'll take it away from them. What's the point of that? So I never do anything. Of course, believe me, if there's one guy that goes to the numbers in detail, it's me. Tinitignan talaga namin, and yes, we can sustain it. We can sustain it.
Mahal yun eh. May mga dialysis pa ako nakikita na, sagot ng gobyerno and all that. So, kakayanin natin.
Yes, it's expensive. Healthcare is expensive. But what's that money for? It's not to be kept in the bank. It's there to spend so that people can have healthcare for free or cheap. That's the whole point of PhilHealth.
Lalo pa kung napupunta sa tama at hindi sa flood control project.
That's I was going to get to that. Alam mo, lahat itong aming ginagawa, the subsidy for the 20 pesos per kilo rice, the zero billing program, all of the programs that people have asked me, sustainable ba yan? Basta't yung pera pumunta sa tama, lahat yan kaya nating bayaran. Ganun lang kasimple yan.
Last week, binisita nyo po yung Siquijor.
Oo.
No, dahil nag-take over na yung gobyerno doon sa SIPCOR. Yes, yes. Na nag-take over ng gobyerno sa SIPCOR dahil hindi kayo happy sa services nila, no? Kahit hindi pa deadline, parang inunahan nyo na at tinanggal nyo na sa kanila yung services na ito.
Sabi ko, hindi na tayo pwedeng mag-antay. Kawawang tao eh. So sabi ko, kunin na natin tayo na magpatakbo. Ang NEA na magpatakbo, DOE, the Department of Energy, kayo na magpatakbo nito. Tapos isama ninyo yung local electrical cooperative. Between all of you, patakbuhin na nyo na yan para may kuryente na. So now, they have, nagdala pa kami ng generator, pati yung tangke ng crudo, kami pang nagdala eh, dahil sira-sira, basta hindi ginagawa. So now, meron silang excess capacity. I was there yesterday. Maayos naman ang patakbo.
Sabi ng SIPCOR, they will resort to legal means?
Yung mahalaga sa akin ay magkaroon ng kuryente. So gagawin ko kung anong kailangan kong gawin para magkaroon ng kuryente.
Paano yung mga ibang electric cooperative na medyo poor service din? Dapat ba matakot na rin sila?
The electrical cooperatives were created with the consumers as members. Yun ang concept behind that. So that lahat ng kumukuha ng kuryente doon sa electrical cooperative na yan, membro sila. So yun ang trabaho lang ng electrical cooperative ay kumuha ng kuryente sa national grid at i-distribute sa local. Over the years, ang mga linagay sa sa board ng electrical cooperative, political appointee. Walang alam doon sa patakbo ng electrical cooperative. Kaya nagkaganyan.
Same for
Every
water
time you
service.
make it political, the competence level drops. I'm sorry. But that's the fact of the matter.
But yung water services as well, no? I mean,
That's another
we've seen
very
problems
big
there as well.
problem. That's another very big problem.
Oh.
Dahil we have these big service providers supposed to be, pero hindi maayos na naman ang patakbo. You have areas that are very close to Manila that do not have water for 12 hours a day.
Binanggit nyo kanina na pag pinapasukan ng politiko, medyo nagkaka-problema. May hinanakit ba kayo sa mga Villar? Kasi it so happens lang naalala ko yung Prime Water and SIPCOR, both owned by the Villar family.
None of this is personal. You know, they're friends of mine and I respect them, but we have to fix the problem. Ako naman, we have to fix the problem. People have to have electricity. People have to have water. So whatever the reason is, let's fix it. Let's just fix it. Help me. help me fix it. I cannot fix it on my own. You need to help me.
Okay. Pag-usapan naman natin si dating PNP Chief Nick Torre.
Oh, si Nick.
Ano ba talaga yung dahilan kung bakit siya natanggal sa pwesto? Sabi raw, yung mga sabi-sabi, may mga gusto siyang ibalik sa PNP na hindi naman dapat.
Hindi ganun. Napakasimple lang. Hindi talaga sila magkasundo ng Napolcom. Talaga sinasabi niya, I don't agree with what they do. Pinapaliwanag, nag-uusap nga kami, sabi ko, kay chain of command yan. That's the civilian authority. Hindi mo pwedeng hindian yan. Sabi niya, hindi ko talaga kayang gawin. Sabi ko, i-relieve kita. Sabi niya, what can I do? I think he was also like a good commander. He was protecting his people.
So wala namang loss of confidence on
No,
your part?
he did such a... ang galing na pulis.
Pinuri nyo pa sa SONA.
Ang galing na pulis. Talaga, so don't worry. Ako, pag kami nakilala ko na marunong na ganyan, it just has to find his niche kung ano ba talaga yung his specialty niya is police work. And so we'll find a way to avail of his talents.
So it's not because may gusto siyang ipasok. I think I heard General Medina, he wanted to bring back General Medina to the PNP, whereas dati nang natanggal itong si General Medina dahil sa involvement sa illegal drugs.
Walang ganon. There was nothing like that.
Okay. Do we have a position in mind already for Nick Torre?
Let me tell him first before I tell you.
Clue!
Ikaw talaga, you and your clues.
Dito ba kasama ba sa mga independent body or Sige. Okay.
Paman ang susunod na kabanata.
Ay, hirap naman. Walang two initials.
I'm making you work for your living.
Okay. Pag-usapan na lang natin yung pagka-ombudsman.
Yeah.
Natapos na po yung mga interview sa pagka-ombudsman.
Not yet. Nag-i-interview pa sila.
Okay. Sige. So, so far, may napupusuan na ba tayong kapalit ni Justice Martirez?
We're not at that point yet. Wala pa tayo doon. Antayin natin yung proseso. As I said, hindi pa tapos yung mga interview. Pagkatapos ng mga interview, tignan natin, kausapin natin ang judicial court and see what they have to say.
Isa sa mga aplikante si Secretary Remulla, no? Pero hinaharang po ng kapatid niyong si Senator Amy dahil sinasabi niyang parang part of a bigger plan para ipakulong sina VP Sara and the Duterte allies. Ano pong reaksyon niyo rito?
No, this is because we have to appoint a ombudsman. Titignan natin kung ano yung recommendation, ano yung findings, etc. And then the decision will be made.
Mr. President, sa lahat ng kinakaharap niyong problema, no? Ano yung birthday wish niyo? Ano yung gusto niyo mangyari? May programa kaming wish ko lang, baka sakaling kaya naming tuparin. Baka ma-afford namin.
No, but simple lang naman ang aking mga hangarin sa lalo na dito para sa administrasyon na ito, na matapos namin lahat ng aming ginagawa. Or siyempre marami dyan, hindi talaga matatapos sa 6 na taon. Kaya sana masimulaan lang para sa kahit papaano sa susunod na administrasyon ay matutuloy. Dahil sayang naman at maganda naman ang nagiging resulta, ang magandang takbo ng ekonomiya, magandang mataas ang tingin sa atin ng ating mga kaibigan sa buong mundo, mataas ang tingin sa Pilipinas at lalo pang mas mataas ang tingin sa Pilipino. Alam mo lahat, kahit saan ako pumunta, unang-una sasabihin, ang gagaling ng mga Pilipino dun sa amin. Ang mga hari, mga presidente, mga prime minister, lagi. Sana meron pa, magpadala pa kayo ng Pilipino para tutulong sa amin. And yan ang talagang, that's where the perfect yung expression na nakakataba ng puso.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and more power to you.